Hi, everybody. This is Valerie White Williams, and I am here talking to you live with my new Yeti microphone. I'm still working it out. So, what I want to talk to you guys today is about how I react to singers. And actually, I'm going to be talking a lot about my background as a vocal coach and adjudicator. So, as a voice teacher, I have adjudicated probably thousands of singers, and that's not an exaggeration. When I first started adjudicating, I was totally nervous. So, as a voice teacher, we have these professional events that we often have to adjudicate singers. Sometimes I've been paid to adjudicate singers, and other times I am working as a cooperative where all the voice teachers come together and we adjudicate each other's students. So, when we adjudicate singers, and again, when we adjudicate, some of these adjudications are for comments only, and we give comments, and then sometimes we pick winners. And I really don't like picking winners, but that's part of my job. So sometimes I have to pick winners, and sometimes I'm on audition panels where we add up scores and the winners are chosen from scores. So I wanted to share with you why when I listen to singers on these videos, I'm kind of know what to listen to. I have a little checklist of what I'm listening to. And of course, in this instance, I'm listening to very high professionals. But I wanted to share with you guys that, I'm just not talking just what I think or what I feel. This is after many, many years of adjudicating singers, and I've lost count of how many singers I've adjudicated for. I've also done an event called Solo and Ensemble, and this is something that happens in the United States. The choir teachers and band teachers that are part of a professional organization will sponsor these events for their students. They're kind of like extracurricular events. And students prepare duets and ensembles to perform at the regionals. And so I've been a regional judge many years. And when I do these judging events, I am basically adjudicating singers every 10 minutes from 8 o'clock in the morning until sometimes 4 o'clock. All day long. I get bathroom breaks and I take lunch. So I'm having to listen to singers in 10-minute slots, and then I have to give them written notes, and sometimes I have to coach them, and then I have to pick winners. So I've gotten really good about the checklist of what we're listening to. Now, as a vocal coach, usually we have certain things that we're listening to when we're listening to a voice. The first thing I'll talk about is tone. So we talk about the tone quality. Is the tone lush? Is it nice? Is it bright? Is it warm? If it's a classical event, do they have vibrato? Is it harsh? Is it nasal? Those kinds of things. Listen to tone. The other thing we listen to is musicianship. Are they in tune? Are they singing the correct notes? Is it musically coherent? And that includes rhythm. Is it musically together? There's also the aspect of the language, diction. That's another thing we listen to. So if they are singing in a foreign language, are they singing the language correctly, or is it not that good? And even in English, and I've talked quite a lot about English is a really difficult language to sing in because it's not phonetic. It doesn't show you the correct way. And sometimes how it's spelled is confusing. So even English speakers can really struggle with the English language. Believe it or not, it is well known. And even in the opera world, when you have to actually do an opera aria in English, usually most people are more comfortable singing in Italian, basically, because it just has those really open vowels. The other thing is, how well do you work together with the musicians that you're performing for? Does the pianist work with you? Are you listening? Are you interacting well? And then the other thing is stage presence, your presentation. Are you like doing nervousy things? I've actually seen people twist, clench their hands. Sometimes people will play with their clothes. I've actually seen people like take their dress and spin it into a knot while they're singing, things like that. Really crazy things. And these are, of course, younger singers that are learning, but there's all sorts of things we're looking at. So those are kind of the main things that we look at. And when you have 10 minutes to listen to a singer, you don't have a lot of time. And so you really have to know what you're looking at. Now, when I'm judging these events with more inexperienced singers, then I have this system of rating them. So in the solo ensemble world, 1 is superior. And so 1 means you're awesome. And then we look at all those little categories, and then you're going to think of where they are at that category. So 1, you're awesome. If I give someone a 1, that means I don't have anything to say. I don't have any suggestions. They're doing great. Then we have 2, which is excellent. 2 means you're doing really well. You're really there, but maybe there's just one thing that's not there. Maybe you had a pitch problem, or maybe there was a strain, or you might have memory slip, but it's still really, really good. And then there's 3. So 3 means you did a great job. You prepared well, but there's probably 1 or more things that wasn't quite there, didn't quite match. Maybe they had a memory slip. Maybe they were really stiff when they performed and, looked like scared as a ghost or whatever, but they still did a good job. So you're like, yay, they did pretty good. Then there's 4. I got 4. 4. So 4 is fair. And today's world, we are really discouraged to give anyone a 4, because if anyone gets a 4, they're going to cry and quit singing or something. So we try to avoid the 4s. And that's probably somebody who just didn't prepare at all. If someone just, I'm going to sing, I don't really care, I'm just going to wing it, and they didn't know their song and they messed it up and it was clear they didn't know it, something like that, that would be a 4. But usually when people go to these events, they're prepared, unless someone made them do it and they didn't want to. So I've actually seen singers sing songs and they look like, oh, I hate this song. My teacher picked it out for me. And they didn't like it. And you can tell that they didn't do very well because they don't like the song. So that's a lot of kids, but I've also adjudicated adults and all kinds of singers in all different ways. So that's kind of what we're looking for, those areas, the tone quality, the language. Can you understand them? Are they speaking the words correctly? Is it musically coherent? Do they work well with other musicians? Are they in tune? Are they actually singing the correct notes or the right pitches? Now, when it comes to pop music, it's a little bit a different story because you can actually improvise and people have their own way with it. But still, we're looking for, is it in tune? Is it cohesive? Is it rhythmically correct? And then the stage present aspect, because we don't want to see someone going, oh my God, I'm really nervous. And shoulders go up and people have these nervous habits. So really masterful performers like Dimash and some of these great people, they have that all down. Now, let's be real. Probably Dimash, when he started out, he probably wasn't as amazing. I'm sure he's super good, but it takes time and practice and skill to get all these things together, which is why I love reacting to these amazing singers, because you can learn from them and just realize that they're not all that way. They didn't roll out of bed that way at 2 years old. They practiced and they trained and they went through things that maybe weren't good. Everybody's had some performances that weren't that great, and you learn from them because that's what makes you a better singer. You just have to throw yourself in there and continue to study and continue to work so you can gain the skills to do well. All right, so I'm going to look at my comments. Tiffy Richard should do the reaction of Lee. He is good. Somehow I am not getting all the comments. It's like cutting off. I don't know why that's happening. Let me see if I can scroll. This is weird. So live chat's not really working really well because it's cutting off something on that. Maybe I can try and get a bigger screen. I don't know. Let's try. Okay, there it is. I got it. Okay, I made it a bigger screen. Tiffany Richards should do the reaction of Cody Lee. He is good. Thank you for that. I will check it out. I have not heard of him, but I'll have to Google it. And if you send me a link, it's a lot easier for me to add it to my reaction list. Vic, hello. I have something for you. Wait, I want to share about Floor Jansen. Are you going to share it? Yes, and I do know that she's on the TV show in the Netherlands, Beste Zangers, and I'm a huge fan of that. I've been reacting to all her performances, and yeah, I've been watching the show. There's been people that have done translations, and I can watch the entire show, which is great. They're all great singers, and I'm just loving that show. It's so positive and fun. But okay, Vic, you need to send me a private message. I don't have time. I have to go, but yep. She just opened her own channel. Woo! Awesome. Floor needs her own channel. I mean, I love her in Nightwish, but I have a feeling and I hope that the TV show she's on in her own country where she isn't very famous, that she is going to blow up even more. She should. She's a great singer. Awesome. DBA Rocker, what do you say to a 4 that thinks he is a 1? I think most people know that they're not a 1. I think reality TV show makes a big deal about that and makes people feel that. But I personally think a lot of those really bad singers in reality TV shows are actors. And it's just for show. And that's why I'm kind of totally over American Idol and all those shows, because they're fake. And they're fake on so many ways. And I have made videos on that. So just go to my channel and you can see, because I've had friends be on those shows and I've auditioned for those shows and they're fake. That's why I love Best of Zangers, because it's not fake and it's about really good singers and it's about sharing the music, and it's not a bunch of actors pretending to be bad singers. And because most people are self-conscious with their singing. So I know very few real life bad singers who think they're ones. I think that's a myth. There might be some, and they might have mental issues or something. But generally speaking, most people are self-conscious with their singing. And in fact, I feel it's almost the other way around. I've heard some really great singers that think they're bad. They think, oh, I'm not that good. Oh, I'm not as good. In fact, I get singers all the time in my studio. They go, oh, I'm singing with this band, and I don't know, they like me, they're working with me, but I just don't think I'm very good. And then I listen to them. I'm like, you're better than you think you are. So I think that's really the way it is. But the reality TV is just fake. And yeah, I'm just over it. I'm not going to watch it. It's just too manipulative to the artists, and it's too manipulative to the audience, because it creates a false paradigm of what singing is, because everybody can get better. That's how I feel. All right, I got to go. Thanks for listening. This went long, so I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.